Hey there, in this video I'm going to go over the concept of profitability index, which is a close alternative to the NPV rule. So let's get to this. Profitability index, or sometimes we just use PI in short, measures the benefit per unit cost of the project based on time value of money. So in other words, if the profitability index for a project is 1.07, that means that for every dollar that you invest in this project, your profit is going to be 7 cents. This measure is usually used when we have limited capital and we have several projects in front of us, and we want to rank those projects based on their profitability. And the decision rule here is that we are going to accept a project if the profitability index is greater than 1. How do we calculate this? It's very simple. All we're doing is we're finding the present value of the future cash flows and divide it by the absolute value of the cost. Or like in the financial calculator, you can readily calculate the NPV of the project. So you just divide it by the cost and do and add 1. For example, here are the cash flows for our project. Cash flow 0 is 165,000, and cash flows of year 1 to year 3 are given here. If your discount rate is 12%, what is the profitability index and whether we should accept or reject this project? So let's look at the financial calculator first. The cash flows, let me just clear this, are 165,000 today, and then 63,120 for year 1. Year 2 is 70,800, and year 3 is 91,080. And then we can calculate the NPV of the project, which is how much? 12% is the discount rate. And the NPV is 12,627. And then we divide it by the absolute value of the cost and then add 1. Let's go back to the financial calculator. So divide this by 165,000 plus 1. You should be getting 1.08. So for every dollar you're investing in this project, your profit is going to be 8 cents. And since this profitability index of 1.08 is greater than 1, we should accept this project. Let's look at it in Excel. So for the profitability index in Excel, we just go ahead and calculate the NPV. As you recall, for NPV, we just use 12%. And for NPV, we just use the cash flows from year 1 to year n. And this gives us the present value of the future cash flows. And then we divide this by the absolute value of the cost. You can just put a negative there to get the same answer, 1.0765, or roughly 1.08 for the profitability index. So in terms of advantages and disadvantages, it is closely related to NPV, so generally leading to identical decisions. It's easy to understand and communicate. May be useful when we have a limited amount of capital and you want to rank the projects. So this profitability index is used for ranking of different projects. The disadvantage is it may lead to incorrect decisions in comparisons of mutually exclusive investments. Like, for example, if you have two projects with significantly different sizes, it may lead to the wrong conclusion. So present value of the future cash flows for project A is 15,000, for project B is 125,000. That means that the profitability index for B is 125 and for A is 150. But the NPV of A is 5,000 only compared to 25,000 in B. Obviously, this project creates more value. Remember, the goal is how much value you're creating. So project B, even though it has a lower profitability index but has a higher NPV. So similar to the conflicts with IRR, whenever there is a conflict between NPV and profitability index, we tend to side with NPV. I hope you find this video useful, and thanks for watching.